Hi everyone. For the month of May, we are doing fairy jars or dragon jars. This is an example of the dragon jar, and I had went through and like kind of grunged it up. So I took my Mod Podge and I Mod Podged on the inside of the jar first, and then I Mod Podged on the outside, just like along the top, and then I added some just plain white glitter. And then once that was completely dry, I went over it with some raw umber mixed with water. And then if you want it darker or lighter, you just go over it and you blot it off, and it kind of gives you this real grunge look. Okay, so this is the dragon. So what we're going to work on together is the fairy. So you're going to get in each one of your kits, I got some plastic containers. You're going to get a thing of Mod Podge. You're going to get some glitter. You're going to get the mini twinkle, well, they're not twinkle lights, just mini lights. You're going to get a fairy or a dragon, so whichever one is in your kit. And then you're going to get a bag with some moss and a sponge brush. Okay? And this all is going to be in your kit. There's too much air in my bag. Okay? So this will be your kit. And you'll come in, oh, and there's a piece of fishing line too. So I thought it would kind of be neat, instead of like gluing your fairy to the inside of the jar or something, that maybe you could tape it to the top of the jar and it'll be kind of suspended, and it might give a little bit of like a floating technique. Okay? So that's our kits. So I have already went through and Mod Podged my jar. So all the Mod Podge does is it kind of gives you that frosted look. You can add a little bit of white paint to your Mod Podge if you want it to be more solid, like more so that you can't see through it. But I thought for our technique, we're going to leave it this way. Okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take and put some of the moss in the bottom. See, mine's already dry and everything ready to go. So I'm going to put some of my moss in the bottom of my container. And it makes a mess. So you're going to want to make sure you put it somewhere next to a garbage can or something like that. And I fill it in there. Okay? And then I'm going to take my strand of lights. I guess I should have unraveled it first. And I find that if you put the lights in first, and on the bottom it doesn't look as like you don't see the strings as much. So it just depends upon what look you want to go for. So get these all untwisted, and then you're going to want to make sure you pull your little tab here so that your battery will connect. So I'm just going to give this like a little wind. Pull my little tab. Check my lights, make sure they work. This is what they'll look like. And then I'm going to stuff them in my bottom. Okay, and I'm going to leave it hang out aside so I can turn it on and off when we want to. So there's like different styles of fairies and dragons that you can choose from. I have like a couple here, so it's like whatever you're going to want to use. I mean, they'll stand up. You can try, like I said, gluing it to the bottom. You can actually glue it to the side of your container, or like I said, you can take it and you can tape it so it hangs kind of suspended from your lid. But it makes it a little bit hard probably putting it on, but it pretty much, it'll stand up on its own. And if you put it someplace where it doesn't like move around a lot, it'll give you a nice effect. So this time you can go and you can get some like fake flowers or some other items to decorate inside your jar, but I just wanted to give it an effect of as it's just been captured and it's hanging out in my jar. So, but before I put that in there, I want to put some more of my moss so it'll hide some more of the light. So you don't see all the strings. So you'll be able to turn it around and move it around so your lights can get however you want the look. We're just going to do that. Let's put some of this loose moss inside. Go from there. Okay, so I think maybe I'm going to do this little kneeling fairy. So I'm going to put her in there. And you want to put it closer to whatever side you're going to have facing out. So it'll be a better visual. You can glue it in, like I said, or you can hang it from your your lid, and go from there. So she just looks like she's leaning in there. So I have a few, some silver leaves somebody gave me from a wedding reception and that. Some flowers that I'm just going to use to throw in mine. Just to kind of jazz it up a little bit. Let me twist this little flower on there. You don't have to do anything. You can just do the moss and have just like a natural look to it. You could decorate your lid however you want. And it's like I'm going to put mine a little bit behind my fairy so that she will stand up against it. Working backwards here. Because it's just supposed to be like a shadow. And of course now they're all tangled together. Okay, so it's just in there. It's just another little shadow for inside your box. So with that, you can just put your lid on, and then you can decorate your lid. You could take and you can Mod Podge on the outside, add some glitter, however you want it to look, okay? And then it'll just be your own. You can add some rocks in there if you're going to put it outside, because if you Mod Podge on the inside, then it'll be nice and protected. You won't have anything on the outside to worry about coming off, but unless you put the glitter along the outside. You can decorate your lid here with some pretty like little stones or something, and some rocks or some little flowers or something. But this is your little fairy jar. Okay, thank you, and I hope to see your finished projects and see what creative ideas you come up with. Okay, have a great day. Thank you. Bye.